So let's talk about the rotary attachment. The rotary attachment from Epilog allows you to do round cylindrical objects and allow for a wrap all the way around or for a specific area to be engraved. It does have to be cylindrical because it does sit on top of these wheels. And when it's on top of these wheels, it will spin as it engraves and allow it to wrap over. However, the setup process is as equally important as putting this rotary in as it is on Corel. So when we're talking about this rotary, there's a nice little red tag on this rotary attachment. It says, warning, electrical damage may occur. The laser system must be powered off prior to insertion or removal of this connector.
Turning off the laser cutter will not affect the Powman reservation.
So when it comes to the Epilog, the rotary plug is a live plug. So before you plug this in, you actually have to cut the machine off. If you do not, you run the risk of blowing your motherboard. If you unplug the rotary attachment with the machine on, you run the risk of blowing your motherboard. That's the last thing you want to do. All right? To put the rotary attachment in, first we must run the table down. So we hit focus and use our joystick to run the table down a little bit past midways. Is always a good thing to aim for. We just have to fit the rotary underneath the lens head. So that looks like a good height there. Now we want to cut the machine off. The power button is located on the right side of the machine, so the same side that the screen is on. We're just going to cut this machine off, and as good practice, I like to count to 10, because if we count to 10, we allow all the fans to quit turning, and we just make sure that this machine is off just to be extra careful. With the machine off, we want to place this rotary in so that we can read Epilog. This will go all the way up into the upper left corner. And then we take our plug, and the plug is located in the right upper hand corner of the cabinet. The clip will be up, and you just plug it in there. Once that's plugged in, we are now able to cut the machine on. We cut the machine on, and it will go through its boot up process. Once the machine is done booting up, it will actually realize that the rotary attachment is in and will position itself over the rotary. Setting up the rotary attachment. The first thing that I want to do is take my glass or my round cup and place it up against this stopper. When I do that, I can squeeze in the bottom wheels and bring that to the edge or close to the edge of the bottom of the glass. The next thing I want to do is focus and level the machine at the same time. So I will take my manual focus plunger, place it on the side, I will go to jog mode and move it to the right, to the left, flip the glass, and then I'll focus to this end. I'm focused there. I will then roll this down, jog it over, and now you can see that I can raise this back up to put it in perfect level. That way I don't need a level, I don't need anything but this piece. Okay? I'm then going to take this off, set it back into its spot, and I'm ready to actually set up my job for this piece now. The easiest way to set the rotary attachment up is to turn your red dot pointer on, go to jog mode, and we are going to place that red dot in the center of where we want to engrave. In this instance, I have about 4 inches here and then 3 inches wide. Because if I take this cup out, or this glass, and I hold it, that is my proportioned area. Not necessarily all the way around, although you can do that. Most of the time, you're going to stick it right in the proportioned area of the person so that they can drink out of it and read it, or set it on a table and read it that way. So we'll place this back in here. I have my red dot in the center, which I want it to be here. I'm going to make a 3x3 area on this glass. And then I come over to my screen. When I'm in jog mode on my screen, and after I set it in the spot that I want to place it, I'm going to press this centering point button right there. I'm then going to take it to the next level here, just in case, and I'm going to remember this X, that's 2.615. I'm going to click on the move to, and I'm going to type in 2.615. Okay, so now that's locked into place too. So if I lose my spot, all I have to do is press the move to, and it will go back. So now, as we're setting the rotary attachment up in Corel Draw, we want to remember that as we hold the glass, we look at that glass, and that is our proportioned area. So we're not going to be able to use the camera when it comes to the rotary, because we can't get that Z height in the camera. So we want to actually go old school, so to speak, now, and set up our page size for the dimensions that we want to engrave. So we're going to go to Get Started, New Document, and start setting up our width and our height. Now remember, the glass is rotated, so that means we have to rotate our measurements. So my width is now my height. So if I wanted to go that full 4 inches with this job, I would type in 4 is my width, 3 is my height. Press enter there. So this gives you your area laid out flat. So now we want to just import our logo, make it the proportion size that we want, rotate it to 90 degrees, center it to our page, and adjust it from there. Once this is centered, we make sure that our color is correct, whether it be for powder coating, glass, etc. So if this was going to go onto a powder coated cup, we would just turn it black, and now we're ready to send it over. Once we send it over, and it is in our dashboard, we're not going to use the camera anymore. We want to cut that camera off. And where we cut that camera off is advanced. We go to centering point, check mark center center. This is the easiest way to set this rotary up. Once we check mark the center center, it's going to bring up the rotary tab, and we press on. That is now on, and we go back to preview. As you see, it takes the camera completely away and gives you a red dot in the center of your logo as to where it's going to start. Then all we have to do is set up our speeds and powers.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more Maker Monday videos, check out this playlist. You can also learn more about the JCPL CreatorSpace at www.jesspublib.org/CreatorSpace.